wealthy and happy.
Indeed, my Jewish Beth felt better.
Hey, Joe, let's see. Does Amy experience?
Father, I am fearful for Amy, Lori, and Joe.
Oh, where are you?
Yes, with all of Joe's writing projects, Amy and Lori have been spending a great amount of time together. I feel that Amy cares for Lori in a different way than she does. I feel that he only sees her as a sister. Joe? Joe. Sometimes I fear her heart will never be touched by romance, but I see that she finds a good friend in Professor Bear. Chunk? Chunk? Oh, Marnie. Ah, I see. This day hasn't been a personal calamity. What do you mean? Even though Joe has disrupted our family unit, I see that you continued a friendly conversation with Professor Chunk.
Well, as far as it can be. We have a lot in common with writing and all. I find him quite a puzzle. Very strange. But I've been trying to make a study of him, and I've finally decided it's his books that makes him benevolent. But, you know, since Meg and John are going together, I hope you're happy.
We are, thank you.
And, Mommy, I meant to tell you, John and I went house hunting. We found the dearest little cottage, the dove nest we call it.
Mush.
Will you go with us to see it tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely, my dear. Of course.
I think Lori has something for you.
Like a present?
Yes.
Lori.
Oh yes, he went to get it. He left it out in his carriage.
That fool.
Why don't you continue dancing until he comes?
Oh, no.
For Mrs. John Brooke,
Thank you.
with compliments and congratulations. Now, whenever John is away and you get frightened, just ring that outside the window of your new cottage, and you'll rouse the whole neighborhood in a jiffy.
Oh, Lord, will you ever grow up?
I'm trying my best, man. The 6 feet tall is about all a man can do in these dusty times. So, what's wrong?
Just losing Meg. Feels as if I've lost my dearest friend.
Don't worry, you'll still see lots of each other. And besides, you have me, Joe, and I'll stand by you all the days of my life.
Such a comfort to me, Lord. Thank you.
Well, it'll be nice to see Meg and John in their home, but I'll tell you, Joe, that fellow about Amy is pretty serious about her.
About Amy?
Yes, he writes poetry and that sort of thing. We better nip this little passion in the bud, hadn't we?
I'll say, the idea. We don't want any more marrying in our family for a very long time. The idea? What are children thinking these days?
It's a fast age, and I don't know what they're coming to. You'll go next, you know.
Every family should have an old maid, nannies.
You'll go next.
Let's change the subject. Oh, Professor Chong, please come here. I would so like you to meet my parents.
That's there. That's your work.
Hello, Father. This is Professor Chong. Oh,
It's nice to meet you. And you, he's smart. He's so smart. You speak?
yes, my boy Lorraine. He and John are practically war heroes. I'm very proud of him.
Oh, come now, Joe. Don't speak of me as if I were a lapdog at Beth's kitten. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor John.
My daughter says she's quite interested in your work. Is that so? Well, this is understandable given Miss Mark's interest in writing. I hope she'll let me read her work one day, but she thinks, how do you say it? Next for one day. And I'm sure one who reads as much as she does must be a good writer. She's often she retain a library of her own.
Yes, I'm trying to read all the classics.
I taught her to read the Bible and the classics. Jerusalem will. She will help her much. Study of characters will help her to memorable people of her own time. Oh, which reminds me, it's March. I forgot. That's a copy of Shakespeare I have.
Oh, thank you.
One of those story papers with their horror pictures. I'm so excited. I didn't notice this. It's right able. These papers, I'm afraid. I'm not going to read. I have no tension with that
people make a living out of these fantasy stories.
There's also demand for whiskey, but we don't tell stories. If the respectable people realized they poison the sugar blood and let the small ones eat it, they might not be so bad. I understand this sensational story can be written by women's days. Anyway, my apologies to you and to Shakespeare.
Thank you.
Good night, Mr. Mark, and to you.
Seems to be a wise man.
Thought you would like him.
Don't be disturbed about his comments. I'm just glad that the publisher trusts you enough to put some great morals in their story. In time he'll come to trust you.
Thank you, Father.
Shall we get some tea, Mother?
Oh, this! I've never seen the professor look so polished. The dear fellow couldn't have looked any better if he'd planned to go courting.
Ah, so here you are. I have something to say, Joe. I wanted to say for a long time.
Oh, no, please, Lord. Lori, please don't.
It's no use, Joe. We have to have it out.
Say what you like then. I'll listen.
I've loved you, Joe, ever since I met you. I couldn't help it. I tried to show you, but you wouldn't let me. Now you know how I feel, and I want to know how you feel, because I can't keep going on like this.
Oh, Lori, I wanted to save you from this.
It's hard to know what you're thinking sometimes, Joe.
I don't mean to be vague. It's just I never wanted you to care for me this way.
I know you did, but it only made me love you all the more.
Lori, you're too good for me. I simply can't be with you. You know it's impossible for people to make themselves love other people when they don't.
They do sometimes.
Lori, we both know deep down it's not the right type of love. I need to tell you something.
Don't tell me that now. I can't bear it, Joe.
Tell you what?
That you love that old professor. If you say you love him,
Oh, Christopher Columbus. I don't love him. He's just a friend and he's good and kind. The best one I've got. Next to you. Nothing more.
I think you're falling in love with him.
I haven't the least idea of falling in love with him or anyone else.
But you will sometime. Then what will become of me?
You'll forget all this and find your own girl.
No. No.
Yes, yes you will. We would quarrel a lot.
No, we wouldn't.
Yes, we would, just as we are now. And I'd hate elegant society, and you'd love it, and I wouldn't be able to get on with my writing, and you'd hate it, and I want to help disadvantaged, wayward youngsters get a start on their education. And that would drive you to distraction. And we'd be happy and wish we hadn't done it.
Anything more?
No, nothing more. Except to say I don't think I shall ever marry a man. I love my freedom too much.
You may be sorry, Joe.
Oh, Lori.
Lord, my boy, she's right. You guys have so many different opinions. You quarrel so much.
I want Joe.
I know, dear. But you'll find that special someone. In time.
Joe, what's the matter with Lori?
He was foolish enough to propose to me.
And you refuse?
It's too soon to think about some things.
Maybe then more to think about it.
Yes, too many changes going on in the family.
Then you might not want to hear this.
What?
Aunt Marcia sent me to Europe.
Oh, Amy, that's wonderful. Our little Raphael.
Doubly so.
How?
Well, Mr. Lawrence and Aunt Marcia talking and Lori's joining me in Europe.
Oh, that'll be nice for you, Amy. You won't be there all alone and you'll see a lot of each other.
Will that bother you?
No, of course not.
Joe, I have a confession to make.
Confession.